And let me just clarify. I think I did say this, but I want to reiterate this: is
Mhm.
that previously, just because you show something new about an element that you've already introduced does not mean that's not okay. That
Mhm.
can be okay. There are a couple of things you have to be clear on, though. One, that has to be a natural extension of something that already exists, or
Mhm.
two, there has to be a good explanation for that.
Mhm.
So when you're going to introduce this new power, it can't be just like, oh my goodness, I found this new power. Aren't I so awesome? Like Ray Skywalker does, Ray Palpatine, whatever the frick you want to call her. You can't just do that. You have to have some explanation of, oh, there was this thing that was added. So, the ability, for example, of Aaron Yeager to transform from a Titan into a Titan that has armor is because he literally drinks a capsule of armor-inducing Titan power.
Mhm.
There's that was for the nerds. You're welcome. Like and subscribe. But the other, there was a fundamental piece that they introduced to show why he gained such a huge additional power, rather than
Mhm.
just being able to do it out of nowhere. The third thing that I think is an exception to this rule, usually you want to have some explanation on the back end for this one, but you don't always. I'm thinking about this in my head. I'm kind of thinking it through as I say it. So this one I'm not sure about, but when you have something go wrong,
Mhm.
that's okay. So it's okay generally to have something go from bad to worse and that be explainable. Why? Because we see that in our world all the time, right? You lose your car keys, you get back to your car. Oh my goodness, my car got broken into, right? Those types of things, they're not ideal, but they happen, right? And so the idea of something going from bad to worse without any cause of your own or without a clear explanation is a natural byproduct in our universe. And so that idea of unchained chaos
Mhm.
existing in even the powers of the world that you're dropped into in this story is more acceptable. It's not acceptable to just give them a freebie,
Mhm.
like the Greeks
Well,
did
it's
with
like,
the Deus
yeah,
Ex Machina,
yeah. I was just thinking that Deus Ex Machina. Yeah. No, you're right.
but
Well, it's like
yeah,
in a way where it's like you want to see the characters overcome the things presented in front of them, the problems, the trials, the obstacles, more or less. Like you want to see them succeed. If you give them a freebie as a storyteller, you're almost like as you said, like the gods looking down on the story, and then you just like solve the problem by giving them a free item or free this or that.
yeah,
It's not the same thing when you throw another
you get a
obstacle.
free power.
It's not like if you do the opposite, where it's like you throw another obstacle at them, you've made the story more interesting because now it's like, oh shoot, now it just got worse. Like the stakes have been raised. Things are like, oh, not now. What are they gonna do? Like it doesn't have to explain the bad things that happen all the time. Like that, it's a natural byproduct. But you do have to like there has to be a framework for understanding like why all the way things work, like how the heroes are able to do what they do, and vice versa, and like yeah,
Yeah,
just
absolutely.